Hey Puppy Trades! We're going to go over some stocks and ETFs that we go over pretty commonly. Some are going to be brand new though, and a lot of them are going to come from this unusual options volume screen. So we're going to get right into it. The S&P 500 is continuing a melt up into wave 3 from this low. I've talked about this being wave 1 and wave 2. The length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low gave this minimum wave 3 target of 606. The 161.8% extension is measured with this line. That can take the S&P up to 620 for this wave 3. So 616 to 620 is the wave 3 target zone before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. If wave 4 retests the wave 1 high and wave 5 is the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 4 low, we could see the S&P 500 take one last thrust up to 632 for waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that would be the ideal place for a pretty substantial correction in the market. We look out in the broader picture, the weekly time frame, it would be in this zone, reaching the 100% extension of the length of wave 1, place at the wave 2 low for this red wave 3, and it would be time to end this red, or begin this red wave 4 correction. Certainly it would be something that is felt across the market. So we're going to try to find some alpha opportunities during this time when the S&P 500 might be correcting, might be melting up, might be doing a lot of things. We're going to try to find some sectors and stocks that might be, doing their own thing. One of these stocks that I've noticed that could be a diversification opportunity is Mattel. And of course, I'm just talking about from my own personal notes. Mattel has been on this options volume screen for quite a bit. We look at Mattel, it does appear that they're playing a bull uptrend. Let's see what they bought first. We look at the unusual options volume screen. Mattel is the giant toy maker, 565% unusual options volume with a 96% call bias. So we're going to look at that. Just before we look at what they bought, the Elliott wave, if we look at the monthly, is that this is an A, B, C correction. And then from this low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1. And then an A, B, C, wave 2 correction. And then from this low, a small wave 1 and a wave 2 form. So we see that low held. And now we're entering wave 3 of wave 3. The wave 3 minimum target is 35. And bulls are looking for, it's a little wide right now, but bulls are looking for 15.87 to act as the invalidation. So I talked about Mattel going up into wave 3. It looks like that's what this person is going to be betting on when we see what they bought. The higher target for wave 3 suggests it could go all the way up to the 127.2% extension. That could be a little higher up there at 40. Then Mattel could have a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. If wave 4 retests the wave 1 high and wave 5 is the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 4 low, it could look something like this. So this is a nice bull cycle for Mattel. While the S&P 500 is potentially chopping around, this could be quietly going on its own wave 3. Of wave 3 before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher, possibly heading all the way up into the mid 40s. It's currently at the 20 level. So that is Mattel. Let's look at what they bought. 565% unusual options volume. We're going to see they were front month contracts at the money for December. And then we're going to have to find the rest of their contracts. I believe they bought 4,000. So it looks like they were all these front month contracts right here for December. And then they bought some a little out of the money. So most of them were front months at the money On Mattel, let's look at SIL. SIL is the silver mining ETF. It has seen, ooh, look at these Ethereum ETFs down here doing very well. But SIL 156% unusual options volume. It keeps trudging higher, and they're buying these biased straddles and strangles, biased to the bull side on these mining ETFs. We'll look at what they bought. Yeah, we're gonna see these 2,000 calls and 1,000 calls at the money and out of the money, and then they're pairing them. See, that's why I'm calling it a bias straddle. The straddle part was buying, or the strangle, they bought the 38 strike call and they bought the 36 strike put. So that's the strangle. And then they bought the out of the money calls. So it's still biased. And then if we go to these further expirations, we'll probably see the rest of their position potentially. Or actually, it looks like these were all front months as well. So they're playing this December quad witching. Very important quad witching. That's the position, a biased straddle to the call side, a biased strangle to the call side. So one thing about that is that it's not going to be very good for that position. It's not going to be very good for that position if SIL just stays sideways. So that might be a little bit of a hint that these silver and silver mining stocks are going to be moving a little more than retail is used to seeing. These stocks move. They've been sideways for a very long time. Potentially this trend where it's moving a couple percent each day could continue. This is wave 1, ABC wave 2, another wave 1, another ABC wave 2, and then from this low, clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves at least. It's getting far for SIL. It's getting hard to find downside and validation levels right now. I like this low right here of 28.02, but even that is too far away. Another way to find these invalidation levels is by taking the retracements. The 61.8% retracement is roughly 30. So we're going to see this high is 42.29. This is 22.57. 22.57. That's going to give a retracement of 30.10 as the downside level. And above that, I expect that SIL is going to enter wave 3 of wave 3. It could go pretty high. The wave 1, ABC wave 2 target is the 161.8% extension of the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low. And that would get all the way up here in the high 60s, the mid 60s for SIL. It's currently in the upper 30s, and that would end one wave 3 before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. Looking at other silver mining stocks, there's a lot of supporting evidence for this. I didn't prepare these charts for the video, but it is pretty nice evidence. This is my untouched chart of the silver, Fortuna Silver Mines. Looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, ABC wave 2, and then from this low, 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3 of wave 3 looks very well to be in progress. So I've got it drawn up pretty nicely. I suspect it's going to hold above 3.86. The original invalidation was 3.39, and it's going to enter wave 3 of wave 3. Nice supporting evidence for SIL. This is a really nice picture. So that's a good supporting evidence for SIL. Let's look at Roku. Roku getting a move on. It's up 11% on buyout speculation from an article. 1, 2. The monthly's actually pretty nice on this long-term count. 1, 2. Look at the RSI wave 3. Highest high, shallow wave 4. Wave 5 ends with momentum divergence. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves for wave 1, wave A. This is wave 2, wave B. Potentially a large wave 3, wave C is in progress on the monthly. And then the weekly kind of diagrams how it gets there. From this low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1 taking the form of a leading diagonal, and this looks really good. An ABC correction, wave 2. And then from this low, wave 1, wave 2. Wave 3 of wave 3 for Roku. It looks like it's in progress. The 127.2% extension. The 127.2% extension is 137. That's a great place for wave 3 to end before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. If wave 4 retests the wave 1 high and wave 5 is the length of wave 1, places the wave 4 low, Roku can go all the way up to the 180s. Looking very good.